Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy Lies here with Weekly Wrestling Heat. We are back with a crew of 3. Man, what's going on, guys?
What up,
Hey, Moy,
man?
you like your
Wednesday.
name?
Whoa, who changed my name? Bias. Okay. That's fine. I will keep that name. Anyways, guys, we need to talk about. We're just gonna dive right into the news because we had a lot of shit happen. We got to talk about Extreme Rules. We're gonna touch on Slammiversary. We're gonna skip Raw because Raw was Raw needs ratings though. That's one of the news items. Raw's ratings. They're dipping and dipping, man. They might with football.
Well, they actually were up this week from last week, and they actually hit.
It's still the second lowest though.
Yeah, but they still hit top key demos. If we're going by the new standard, they were top 10 in the demos.
You know how we have a segment called "This is Stupid" demos. This is stupid. Okay, so
yeah, that's what I'm trying to understand. Where did these demos come from?
From
the demo.
Like
it's basically what now it is. It's basically the demos that are being looked at, the demographics of your crowd that's watching it. So Raw and SmackDown hit the key demos, even though they are rating low. They're actually still high in the key demos from the standpoint of actually viewing the demo stats.
Because if you're an advertiser, you want to hit the 18 to 25 demo because they're more likely to pull out their phones and order whatever you're advertising.
Yeah. So the key problem is that right now with NXT is that AEW has the key demo, which is the 18 to 39 demographic, which is basically the majority of all the hence demo god and hence stuff like that. At the same time, people are actually skipping NXT to watch AEW live and rewatching it, so it's kind of like on the flip side.
Here's the thing with that. NXT is available. We've talked about this many times. NXT is available to watch 24 hours, like after, or not even 24 hours after, like 5 hours after. At midnight, I think it's on the network.
Yeah,
or even better, even better, you could just watch this mug on YouTube and keep it moving. But the thing about it is, like, even still, we've been watching wrestling all our lives. Since when the heck does demographics actually matter?
Well, demographics are important when it comes down to advertising, and it comes down to actual like getting money for your company and your advertisers getting money.
I would still rather have more viewers than the demographic.
Yeah, but unfortunately, in today's landscape of I guess demos matter. Anyways, okay. Let's get into wrestling news. So with Mike Tyson.
Okay, well, sorry. We're very unorganized today, guys. Okay, you're saying something about Mike Tyson. You say the Mike Tyson thing, and I'll say the Impact thing.
Okay, so Mike Tyson actually, there's reports that Mike Tyson might not actually be back in AEW because of the fight that he took with the fight that was announced today. So with Roy Jones Jr. So it looks like there might not be no more Mike Tyson until probably after the fight. So that whole storyline with Jericho got put on hold.
Okay. So released WWE stars could start performing Saturday. Saturday, we had the debut of the Good Brothers on Impact. We had the debut of Eric Young on Impact, the re-debut, I should say. And we had Heath Slater making an appearance, but they're making it seem like Heath Slater doesn't have a contract. Then Tuesday, we had the re-debut of EC3 and a promo package for Kurt Hawkins, going by Brian Myers, his real name now. So that's 6 solid talents right there.
And let's not forget the return of Rich Swann and the return of the Motor City Machine Guns, who actually captured the tag team titles on Tuesday on Impact.
I don't know how I feel about that, though. I love the North, man. I think they should have held on to it for a little bit longer.
I think it was a good team to lose it to, in a sense.
Yeah, I guess.
For what it is.
Oh, yeah. For what it is, yeah. We'll touch on it. We'll talk Slammiversary, and we'll do a little Impact dive, like 10 minutes. Other news, I want to talk. AJ Styles is just going off on Paul Heyman still. and
So
CM Punk.
AJ Styles actually and the Good Brothers went off on Talking Shop podcast with Rocky Romero and Ryan Satin on Friday night going into Saturday. They basically feel that Paul Heyman was to blame for the release because Paul Heyman's dealings on how he was trying to push the younger talent and push the older talent away. So I could kind of see why their frustration with it. AJ Styles basically said that the reason he went to SmackDown was because he couldn't work with Paul Heyman anymore. So yeah, that was one of the things that happened with them. And then Darby Allin actually got concussed on yesterday's AEW Dynamite.
Literally came back on Dark, got concussed.
Yeah,
the next day.
And then I think that's it. And the last piece of news that I have here, WWE has confirmed that SummerSlam is no longer happening in Boston. They're confirming a new place in the next coming weeks, and Edge actually wants an NXT Takeover match against Finn Balor.
Yeah, I saw his tweet to Robert Stone. That's hilarious. I want to also talk about AEW was pre-recorded last week. So now WWE talent that's going to show up at AEW can show up.
Yeah. So we'll probably be...
The names that are left are Rusev, which I'm hearing Impact for Rusev too. Going by Miro now. Jack Ryder and Aiden English. Aiden English, I think, will pop up at AEW because his mother-in-law is there now.
Yeah.
I think Aiden English and Cody for that TNT title could be money if they let Aiden English. You remember that Aiden English famous match on NXT when NXT first started?
Yeah, he was really good.
Dude, WWE dropped the ball on this dude. He's entertaining as hell. And if I'm Impact or AEW, I want both of them. I want him and Rusev together.
Yeah, that Rusev Day was pretty awesome.
And don't forget, Simon Gotch was in NWA, so he's free to sign anywhere now too. So if they want to do a vaudevillain reunion,
they could.
I think vaudevillain and Impact would be money, dude.
Yeah. All right, that's it for the news. Let's do a little recap of Slammiversary. Man, Impact has been on a come up lately. I'll be honest with you. I've been liking everything I've been seeing from Impact.
Yeah, dude, that tag title. Me and you, I watched it the next day because I had some prior obligations. But you messaged me, you were like, "Dude, this tag match," and you didn't spoil anything for me, so I had no clue what's going on. So I watched the tag match. I'm over here thinking it's gonna be Hawkins or Ryder or Rhino and Heath Slater. Freaking Motor City Machine Guns come out, kill it with the Rascals. Very underrated.
Dude, that was one of the best tag team matches I've seen in a while. I think it was even better than the one this week's Butcher and Blade and Young Bucks.
Yeah, dude, I put it right up there with that Young Bucks and Hangman Omega match.
Yeah, I agree.
So that happens. Then you get freaking Heath Slater coming out, and Impact fucking blows it with their mic work. A lot of people online complaining about that because even if you get on YouTube, the mic work is horrible. Like they just messed something went wrong. Benefit to live TV, I guess. Heath Slater came out, cut a really good promo from what I was able to understand from it. Was back on Tuesday, and then the Fatal 5-Way happened. I know I'm jumping around. I'll get to the other stuff too. The Fatal 5-Way happened, and Rich Swann was back, and Eric Young's back. Eric Young as the heel, which is fun to see. And
Eric Young went off on Rich Swann. That was one of the best spots on that match. I was kind of sad that what's his name lost first.
Trey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Trey should have gone for a while. But he got the title match on Tuesday.
I think Trey should have been that one that got that eliminated Ace Austin. To be honest with you, it would have been a good continuation to their feud.
Well,
but
here's the thing: Tuesday we got Trey and Eddie Edwards, so they probably didn't want to give that away.
Yeah.
And then Jordan Grace losing the title to Deonna Purrazzo, who looked amazing.
Dude, Deonna Purrazzo, that double arm armbar that she did, to get Jordan Grace to tap out was nasty.
That's
It looks
money.
like the rings of Saturn. Yeah.
Yeah, so
And the cool thing is, Kimberly won Kylie Ray won the gauntlet match. But this Tuesday, very sleeper match because I know a lot of people don't know about Kimberly. Kimberly and Deanna, if they let them get like a solid 10 to 12 minutes, will be a fun match.
yeah, I agree. But I'm actually intrigued to see Deanna versus Kylie Ray. This is going to be one of the best matches.
Oh yeah, that's like one of the women's matches that people want to see. Like it's a quote. I think 3 matches thrown around too much, but it is one of those mid card dream matches that people want to see.
I think
That's
that's it.
all for Impact. Yeah, me and Elias. Depending on how I'm starting a new job Monday, so depending on how my schedule is, I might hop on Elias and do like a 10-15 minute Impact review for y'all.
Yeah. So all right, let's hop into NXT. Man, this week started off with Keith Lee relinquishing the North American title and William Regal announcing a tournament that will culminate in.
Yo. We completely skipped Extreme Rules.
Oh yeah, we'll go back to it.
Well, that's Extreme Rules for you because there was like 2 good matches on the show.
Yeah.
Let's just get Extreme Rules out of the way because it's like 3 things we want to talk about really.
Yeah, let's go.
Monty, first off, Monty, your thoughts on the Swamp match?
I'm gonna tell you just like I told Elias, I'm very confused behind that swap match. No, let me tell you the first thing I'm confused about. First off, obviously the ending. I don't know what to make of that ending. And number 2, Alexa Bliss.
I like that.
I like that. That actually pitched into what the their little romance was when they were doing the mixed tag team challenge.
Alexa Bliss.
Mm-hmm.
One thing that threw me off was you had all these covered masked men. Then you have the biggest guy who gets set on fire, but he's not wearing a mask, so I don't know what's going on with him. It was just weird. I would have liked to see like a little flashback of Rowan and Harper, maybe just Rowan. That would have been cool. I feel like there's a lot they left on the table and a lot they didn't need, and like there was too much talking too. I think.
It's safe to say it was just too much going on.
It was good for a cinematic match, but as far as the actual match is concerned, it sucked because you didn't see no fighting. It was more like a movie. So it's like the movie, the aspect of the movie kind of caught my attention, but as far as like the fighting goes, there is no kind of fighting at all like that.
And the $25 million question, Elias and Moise. So this was a title match?
We don't know.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
What is this background? Do y'all hear this background noise? Well, maybe it's just me. I don't know. I hear some background noise.
Let's try this. Hold on. Do you hear anything now?
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, your TV. Is your TV on?
No, I don't have a TV on.
Maybe I'm just going crazy. I don't know. Maybe I'm just going crazy. But yeah, I think there's too much going on. If you wanted to do it like how you did it, it should have been like 5 to 6 minutes shorter. It should have been like the Funhouse match.
Yeah. Honestly, the 3 matches that really got my attention were the Asuka versus Sasha Banks, Nikki Cross versus Bayley, and the Drew McIntyre versus Dolph Ziggler.
I didn't care about Nikki Cross Bayley. I cared about the tag title match that opened.
That too. That was a really good one.
Yeah.
Both teams showed out. So I really enjoyed that match. I think the New Day might actually hit 10-time reign eventually. They're gonna hit the 9th one. So I'm interested to see what this when the 10th one comes along, what's gonna happen. Match of the night, to be honest, in this one was actually Drew McIntyre versus Dolph Ziggler.
I think that and
Yeah.
Asuka Sasha was really close.
Yeah. Drew McIntyre versus Dolph Ziggler. Basically, Dolph Ziggler had Extreme Rules.
So
Extreme
I just
Rules.
want to.
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, with that Sasha Banks match, I just a confirmation. She didn't necessarily win the title, right?
No, she didn't win the title. She did not win the title.
She did not win the title, but
okay, as long as we understand, as long as I have that understanding,
Monday they're competing with the NBA and MLB, so you're probably going to lose a lot of that key demo, as you'll like to talk about. And I think that's why
I don't like to talk about that.
I'm just shooting shots at Angel while he's not here. And
okay,
yeah,
fair enough.
I think the Sasha Asuka title match will build to the Bayley Sasha match at SummerSlam, hopefully.
Yeah. Drew McIntyre versus Dolph Ziggler was actually pretty nice. It was Drew McIntyre had to go through regular rules while Dolph Ziggler did Extreme Rules. If Drew McIntyre basically did anything but breathe, he basically lost the title. The eye for an eye match was interesting.
No more of that. I know. I heard Vince hated that, so he was like, "No more of that."
I want to talk about on Monday. Drew gets to pick the stipulation, and I don't know what he's going to pick, but I'm calling it right now. I think Robert Roode makes his return.
Maybe.
I think Robert Roode will make his return because Dolph's his tag partner.
That's a bold pick, Moise.
Well, I want to see. I'm saying this kind of because I want to see Dolph and Bobby Roode against the Street Profits for the title. So
yeah,
that's me hoping that we get that soon.
Yeah. So, in a nutshell,
I just want to see Robert Roode I just want to see Robert Roode back in the single situation. Serious, like for real, a decent storyline.
Either way, that was Extreme Rules in a nutshell. It was okay. That's a solid C, B minus.
It's a pay-per-view you could skip.
Yeah. All right, let's get back into NXT. NXT kicked off with basically William Regal letting Keith Lee address the audience. Basically says how it's a difficult journey to get where he's at, but in order for him to be able to focus more on the NXT Championship, he's relinquishing the North American title to give everybody else a chance to gain the title. Basically, William Regal announced a tournament which will have a series of triple threat matches that will each of the winners of each match will compete for the North American title in a ladder match at NXT Takeover 30. Which
and there's 4 more triple threat matches from what we think.
Yeah. So the first, so we get into the afterwards. They announced the first match, which was Bronson Reed versus Roderick Strong versus Johnny Gargano.
That was a decent ass match,
which we'll get into in a minute. So all right, the show kicks off with Dexter Lumis versus Killian Dane. This match was pretty interesting in my opinion. I like the tempo of the match. I like how Lumis is weird.
Lumis is money. Lumis is money, Elias. Like, and I'm gonna be honest with you, and my thing is, I say it like this. I mean, honestly, I don't see titles in NXT, but I see titles in the main roster if he goes. I'm not saying he going. I'm just saying in general.
Yeah,
and he's money again. He's money.
Yeah. So it was a good, fun-paced match. Dexter Lumis ended up winning with his straitjacket hold, and Killian Dane passing out.
Afterwards, we get a backstage segment with Roderick Strong. Then Bronson Reed interrupts. Then Johnny Gargano and says that he will become the North American champion, and then we get a video package of Dakota Kai basically saying how good it felt to kick Io Shirai last week. So basically,
while wearing Io Shirai on her T-shirt, which was awesome because she was wearing the Japanese wrestling T-shirt.
And
so
then
it had Kyrie, Io, and all those Hannah Kimura and all them on there.
Yeah. Then afterwards, we go back to matches. We get Ever Rise versus Breezango.
What is Ever Rise?
I don't know.
I don't like. Why are they here?
I thought they were.
It was cool how Morrow and Beth said they're in all of wrestling right now. They're the longest tag team like that tagged together. That was pretty cool because it adds to their character. It's just we don't care about their character right now.
Yeah, honestly, I think it was just a quick squash match for Breezango. They're trying to build them to challenge for the tag team titles next. So I think it'll be a good thing to do that. It was a good match. Breezango got the victory, of course. Then we head to a backstage segment where Tom Phillips interviews Dominic Dijakovic. Basically, Dijakovic was like, "I'm watching my back for a surprise attack," and then basically says that he's gonna his next move is just to knock out Karrion Kross. Afterwards, we get Aaliyah with Robert Stone versus Shotzi Blackheart. This match was interesting because of the fact that we found, in a nutshell, we found out the new member of the Robert Stone brand. Of course, Shotzi Blackheart wins the match, but while doing that, after Shotzi runs Robert Stone over with the tank again, and Mercedes Martinez comes out and basically knocks out Shotzi Blackheart. Which then later on in the show, we find out that that
part of the Robert Stone brand.
Yeah, she basically told Robert Stone that she's looking for somebody to pull the politics and she'll worry about the wrestling. So basically, Robert Stone signs Mercedes Martinez to the Robert Stone brand, which I think is a good move because they needed somebody with a monster to make the team, that make the actual faction look a little bit legit.
I would love for Indy Hartwell and Aaliyah. Indy Hartwell to join as well, and her and Aaliyah go after the tag titles.
I could see that happening as well. Afterwards, we get
Aaliyah and Indy Hartwell have that look where if they are challenging for tag titles, then you have them on Raw and SmackDown just for like a one-off. They're beautiful women to where people will be like, "Oh crap, another women's wrestler," because WWE's women's roster is miles ahead of everyone else right now.
Yeah.
So there are two women that can debut, and then you have a character like Robert Stone with them who's hilarious. Like it could definitely get some eyes on the TV to stick around.
It evens out the actual the Robert Stone brand. So you have that one killer person, then you have the tag team, then you have the manager who would be Robert Stone to add the entertainment value. Before we get to the next match, Isaiah, there was a video package from Isaiah Swerve Scott calling out.
I like this a lot.
Santos Escobar. I like that promo.
Yeah, it was a really nice promo from Isaiah Swerve Scott.
Video package. Go back and watch it if you didn't. Swerve was talking about how he does music and how if the rhythm
is off, jack of all trades. That's what he is.
Yeah, if Leo Rush didn't fuck up, it's probably what Leo Rush would be doing right now.
Yeah. Then we get into Johnny Gargano versus Bronson Reed versus Roddy Strong in a qualifying match for the ladder match. This match was really good. I really like how they put over Bronson Reed.
Do you understand? Thank you. About freaking time. Jesus.
Monty's been really high on Bronson Reed.
Hey, I'm sorry.
This was a great match. Gargano flying.
Yes, I've been high on Bronson Reed for weeks. I just didn't like how they were utilizing him.
Yeah, Gargano with the suicide dives and the spear through the ropes, and Gargano used those ropes like a tag partner.
Right.
Loved it.
And then Gargano with the power bomb. That was I let him have that.
So basically,
I loved Bronson Reed's splash at the end because he landed on Gargano's hand, which is why Gargano couldn't break up the pin. Like they put it together really well.
Yeah. In the end, basically, the
splash on the hand and Robert Strong, Bronson gets a 3 count.
Yeah. Then we basically get a recap of Timothy Thatcher beating up on Oni Lorcan and keeping the armband past the submission. Basically, that there's a rematch tonight. Then we get into the match, which is Timothy Thatcher versus Oni Lorcan. Another good match from both Thatcher and
Decent
Lorcan.
match. Now that was a decent match. I say it like this, Elias. Either one or two things. I was thinking about this. Either one or two things are gonna happen. Either A, this is gonna continue to go. This is gonna continue to go on. Probably just feud, whatever they have. It's either gonna probably go on and continue on to the main roster eventually, or they might well just mess around, just make the tag team partners and keep it moving. Because between both of their technicians, let me finish.
Oni Lorcan has Danny Burch, remember?
Oh, that's right. That's right. I'm just saying,
So
because my thing is,
Oni getting taken out and Danny Burch and Thatcher opening up Takeover.
That's what I'm saying. But I'm just saying, in general, between both of their tacticians, it's just like the match. Anytime they get in the ring, is money. So
no, this match, I could see them go another three matches and just do what they did, and they like the technician side of them was just awesome. From basically Lorcan gets a single leg Boston Crab to the Thatcher fish hooks, and just straight ring strong style,
just
straight
style. No lies. Just straight talent. Let's try that.
Yeah. Then they announced that Thatcher, Finn Balor, and Lumis will have the next triple threat match next week. I don't know who wins. I think Thatcher, you protect him. You don't have him get pinned. Don't have him win. Thatcher takes out Oni Lorcan because he's pissed off the following week. Danny Burch makes his return. You have Danny Burch and Thatcher open up Takeover.
Yeah, I think this one. Itself. I think Finn Balor might actually win this match. Basically,
I could also see Finn Balor. I think whoever wins this, so let's say Thatcher, Lumis, or Finn Balor, the odd two out will be a match at Takeover. I think.
Yeah. Then we get a Then we get an interesting promo backstage from Finn Balor saying that he has his eyes on the North American title. So it was a nice promo from Finn Balor. Always loved Finn Balor's promos. Then we get into the main event of the night. Karrion Kross with Dominic Dijakovic. I love Karrion Kross's entrance with Scarlett. It's awesome. Anytime I watch it, it gives me goosebumps. That's just me. But this match itself, I thought was the match of the night. Man, Dijakovic took it to Kross.
He did to the very end, and I was really cringing on that ending. That's all.
Yeah, my favorite part was when Dijakovic was going for the feast your eyes, but Kross reverses it and goes into the Doomsday Saito. Oh God, that was nice. And then
it was so much like a movie to where Keith Lee comes out. He wants to help his boy. His boy's like, nah, I signed up for this. Takes another punch to the face. Yo, nah, I signed up for this. Another punch. Keith Lee, wanting to come in, but Dijakovic still with his last breath. Nah, man, let me handle this. Gets choked out, and then Keith Lee comes in. It was very the first movie that comes to my head is Rocky 3 or 4, where it happened. Any action movie basically with two buddy cops where one's getting his ass whooped, it's the same thing.
I think this is what we needed to see.
I ain't gonna lie. I will say this, Killer.
Go ahead.
What are you saying?
I was just saying, I'm not gonna lie. But this storyline, Karrion Kross is convincing me he's a top of the line heel.
I mean, I think this is what needed to be set Keith Lee into that beast mode, because even his look changed from that happy, good smile Keith Lee to that, oh, I'm about to whoop somebody's ASS.
But he's always been like that.
No, Keith Lee's always been that calm, collected guy.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Well spoken, but I think him seeing Dijakovic get choked out, and then basically, Kross Cross saying, "Are you watching?" while Dijakovic passes out, that changed his whole attitude. So we're about to probably see a more intense, more feisty Keith Lee when it has the build up to this match goes on, because they're probably going to try to attack everything that is dear to Keith Lee. So they're probably going to target Mia Yim next. So Scarlett might actually take Mia Yim out next, and then it just might build from there. But NXT goes off air with Keith Lee and Cross staring into each other, and that's how it goes off. So
okay, that was off the topic. Okay, Moise, what you think? What you think, Moise? Killian Cross versus Randy Orton. Who you got?
Karrion Cross, not Killian.
Killian Dane. You're thinking Killian Cross.
It's Karrion Cross.
Sorry, Killian Cross. Karrion Cross versus Randy Orton. Who you got?
I think Randy because of the veteranism, but I think Karrion Cross is being built like that. Like Randy had the voices inside his head. Karrion's got Scarlett inside his head.
Yeah. Ooh, shout out to Frank Cephalou joining us. Not wrestling related, but any thoughts on Tyson? I am interested to see Tyson fight again, and watching his footage and stuff like that. That man has not lost a step.
He ain't lost nuts a step at all. At all.
Yeah, it'll be a fun fight. That's one of those few fights where like I know they're both past their prime, but crap, I kind of want to like throw down $50 and watch it, you know.
I agree.
They can go 8 rounds.
That match is that fight is going to be interesting. The build up to it is going to be interesting as well. So thank you for joining us, Frank. Let's get into AEW, man. AEW was the better show this week, in my opinion. The matches and the advertise were delivered basically. We kick off Dynamite with the TNT Open Challenge. Before they even announced the opponent, Eddie Kingston comes out basically
with that smash mouth.
Interesting. Austin or Orton, and Prime Austin or Randy Orton, who will win it?
Ooh.
I'm still going with Randy. I'm still going with
Randy too, man. Like Austin never like had a feud with someone who I've never seen Austin a feud with someone who hit a drop kick, a cross body, you know, like
right. I mean, I see what you're saying, Elias, but I gotta go with Randy.
Yeah, I agree. All right, getting back to it. This match, Eddie Kingston comes out, talks basically downing everything about Cody, saying that he struggled, saying how he had everything handed to him, had people like Arn Anderson in his corner. While doing that, Arn Anderson's trying to talk to Randy and to Cody, and Eddie Kingston's like, if you keep talking, I'm gonna beat your ass. And basically,
I swear on my mom's eyes, I will pluck your eye out.
I swear on my mom's beautiful eyes.
Oh man, Eddie Kingston. Ugh.
This match was pretty good, man. Like Kingston sold that leg injury like nothing. Like
he did, and
really good.
And them tacks in the ring.
Ooh, that was a nasty spot. Even how they cut to the audience and showed like Sheeta and the rest of the girls there just looking horror. Like that was one of the best spots of the night. And then also seeing Cody go for the figure 4 to get Eddie to tap because of the injured leg. I think that was really good.
Okay, we're gonna call it right now. It's Tony Khan said Cody versus a top indie talent next week. Who we got?
I don't know.
Warhorse.
I don't know.
Aldis.
That would be interesting, but Aldis is still with NWA.
NWA is not a thing anymore.
They are still a thing.
Are they?
Yeah. what's his name? Billy Corgan put out a statement on Twitter and all his social media, basically saying that they're still a thing.
But they're letting their workers work though, right?
Yeah, they're letting the workers work because Eddie Kingston is NWA. So
he was just like a guest, basically.
I don't know exactly what his contract status is, but I think he might have been one of the people that got that they allowed to do stuff outside of NWA. Then we get back.
WWE would never.
It's different. Anyways, we get a backstage promo from Jon Moxley afterwards. Basically recapping what happened and basically saying that Taz made the rough call for throwing in the title. Next time he's not letting go. Then we get a squash match with MJF coming out versus Griff Garrison. Funny way to demean the guy. Basically called the guy Jungle Man, and then basically bullying him through the whole time. Basically saying, basically putting over the point that he didn't lose, that he didn't get pinned, that he was still undefeated. And then basically beat the crap out of this guy to make him say that MJF was still undefeated.
That's weak.
Yeah. Then we get afterwards. Well, of course, MJF won that one with the Heat Seeker Power Driver. Afterwards, we get an interview with Tony Schiavone.
So one thing I want to talk about really quick on this Griff Garrison guy. I know I was talking about it when me and Angel are watching. Like, I'm really high on Griff Garrison. You heard the nervousness in his voice when MJF was asking him to talk, but Griff Garrison actually has 130 IQ. So the whole Ivy League badass or whatever MJF called him, it all puts together the story for him.
Yeah. So afterwards, we get a backstage segment where Tony Schiavone interviewed Reba. Basically, the funny point of this one was where he asked Reba, "What is your name?" And then Britt Baker yells at her. And then they come back.
When this is over.
Yeah. Basically, saying that she'll be back better than ever. She called herself the Michael Jordan of wrestling, and that she's gonna make the greatest sports comeback of all time. Afterward, we get a in-ring promo from Taz and Brian Cage. Basically saying that there's been a difficult week. There's been a lot of discussions. Basically saying that Cage almost fired him, but basically they got over it. He gave credit to Moxley for going in on Cage and put him in that armbar that almost tore his bicep. But he did not want to see Brian Cage get his bicep torn, so he did the best business decision possible. And
it was a business decision.
And then basically said that Cage didn't tap and would never tap, no surrender. Then Darby Allin comes out and interrupts, but then Ricky Starks attacks him. They beat him up. Cage powerbombs onto the ramp. Starks slams Allin. While they're picking him up, and Cage grabs the skateboard, Moxley comes out and with a barbed wire bat, and they run away. This was the point where Darby Allin got concussed. If you watch the actual replay to it, it's on YouTube. Basically, when Ricky Starks hits him, he rebounces off the top rope. He kind of gets knocked out. Then those two power bombs, that second power bomb that Cage did, basically knocked him out, and he basically wasn't up for the Ricky Starks finisher. That's where he got somewhere concussed a little bit more. So that was that. Afterwards, they announced the 16 women tag team tournament for the new AEW women's tag team titles.
This is stupid.
This is the moment that I disliked. I told y'all when we were watching it, I was like, I feel that they should focus on building the women's division as for the singles before they decided to introduce something like that. But I'm guessing they're trying to keep up with the ratings and keep up with stuff like that, and just
either that or they're gonna bring some more women in the picture.
That's the point. That's the point. And I guess that will intertwine with the singles division. So
Right.
hopefully it works out for them.
Elias, is Tennille Dashwood done with Impact?
Who?
Emma. Tennille
No,
Dashwood?
I don't think so.
Because the last time she was in the ring, they threw all those weapons on her. So it looked like they wrote her off, and she hasn't been on TV in like a couple of months.
Be honest with you, I don't know. They say she was still signed. She's still on the roster. But I don't know exactly if she's still there or not. Let's check.
I'm going on her Twitter. If you want to see the next match, I'll figure out.
Roster.
No, she's still retweeting Impact videos. I think she's in Mexico right now, though. Yeah, she's in Mexico right now. Okay, so that makes sense.
Yeah, she's still on the roster, so she's still probably there. Afterwards, we get an interview with Chris Jericho and Dark Order, basically saying that he's still mad at Orange Cassidy, saying that he ruined the $7,000 jacket. He was going to embarrass Cassidy for what he did, and then they're going to embarrass Jurassic Express for laughing last week. Then we get into which I thought was the match of the week. Falls Count Anywhere, the Young Bucks versus the Butcher and the Blade. This match
started. Wait, Mr. Unbiased. That's a lie. Because you just said earlier that your match of the week was the Motor City Machine Guns match.
Oh, man.
You know,
but that was technically last week. That was technically last week. If you want to be honest with it,
I'll give that to you. I'll give that to you.
So you got me on that one.
It was a great match, though.
It was a great match.
It was a good match.
The match started in the kitchen while Butcher and Blade were working on their meat. Oh man, that was like the moves to the power slam, the power bomb to the table for one of the Young Bucks, and then
the metal table.
Both of them got slammed onto metal tables. Then the Young Bucks throwing the meat at the Butcher and the Blade. Then moving to the outside, and Matt gets tossed into the truck, and then Nick gets thrown into his own picture on the back end of the truck.
They super kick Blade onto the escalator, so he goes
just going up the escalator. Going back to the ring, then just going basically just going back to the ring and just going off. The Butcher is really good. He's underrated now in my book, because I had low expectations for the Butcher and the Blade. Going into this match, I thought it was going to be like a all Young Bucks, but no, the Butcher was the star of this match. To be honest, how he put Matt Jackson through the no, actually, who was it? I forgot who got put through the table. Yeah, Matt Jackson gets put through the table.
And then Blade missing the table on his swan dive. Oh my god!
God, that looked bad.
Lord, yeah.
I thought he was gonna get. I thought he really got injured on that one.
Yeah.
Then afterwards, they both set. They go to the Titantron. They set up tables and they start brawling. Then the Young Bucks get the advantage, do super kicks, and then do super kicks, knock them down. They do the BTE trigger on the Blade, put him on the table, and then they super kick the Butcher onto the table. And then I think both of the Bucks climbed and jumped off. One of them did an elbow drop, and the other one did a swanton bomb onto each the other guy.
Bomb,
and they that's how they won. So yeah,
very fun match.
Very fun match, very good match, full of action. I like I said, I thought Butcher and Blade were underrated. They're definitely earned some points in my book this week. Then we go into a backstage segment where Shabani goes and interviews Jake Robertson as Archer. Lance Archer basically gets said that he's tired of waiting for opportunities, and he goes into the locker room and beats up a couple of people. Throws one of them through the top of the roof or to the ceiling. And then puts another one in a trash can.
This right here, Elias, was like up there with with that one time when they with Shawn Michaels was super kicking everybody.
No,
where Ty
It's
Dillinger
up
got
there.
super kicked.
Yeah. But hold on, Lars. One more thing. I'm sorry, but also I did like the narration that Jake the Snake was saying while he was whooping people in the locker room. That was funny and well orchestrated.
Yeah. Then we get, after the commercial break, we get the match between Diamante and Ivelisse. This was the best.
I love this match, Elias. I love this match.
This was one of the best women's matches, apart from the Sheeta versus Nyla Rose one that we've seen in a minute on AEW.
And let me say this right here, Elias. It's either one or two things. Like at this point, no, I'm not. Screw it. At this point, y'all might as well just make these two are just so evenly matched. Well, y'all might as well just make them tag team partners and go for them belts. Like seriously.
Well, here's one thing that I shared with the guys when we were watching it. Ivelisse and Diamante were actually a tag team in the Indies, so they know each other and they've had a match.
That's what I'm saying.
So I think with this tournament, I think you're going to see Diamante and Ivelisse team up and go for get in the tournament.
Yeah, that's a no-brainer.
So we had some disagreements here. I said that this tournament is basically for Brandy and Allie to win. Mm-hmm. And Angel said no. Elias, you agreed with me, right? Yeah, and Angel said no, but they have no other tag teams.
This is where my dislike for the tournament comes in, because who's going to be in this tournament and what's it going to mean for the singles division?
Well, my only response to that is, Elias, since this tag team tournament is being held, maybe they're going to debut some new tag teams, people we ain't seen yet.
Maybe so, but it's just like the women's division is not good enough, in my opinion, to have two titles right now.
Oh no, I hear you. I feel you.
You're gonna have a lot of one-off tag teams, and that's gonna irritate some people. Because what if you like one of the tag teams that loses?
Yeah,
you're gonna be like, they came in, they lost, and now now AEW is doing nothing with them.
Yeah,
that's my only fear of this.
Yeah. Then we get, after commercial break, we get Alan Angels 5 versus Hangman Page. This match was pretty decent, in my opinion.
This was a fun match.
Alan Angels was really, really good in ring. Really, he was faster than.
I 100% believe. I 100% believe Adam Hangman Page could sit here and take out all 5 of them. I mean, he was looking real, just with the cockiness, confidence, even with them 5 being on top of the stage. He was looking real stone coldish for a minute.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. Like, the Dark Order looks horrible if you don't have Colt Cabana and Brody Lee in there. They look like a bunch of dorks. They look like a bunch of dorks. They're like the mathletes, that think they're badasses because they're in a math club, or debaters, and they get their ass kicked if they ever step up to anyone. That's what they look like.
Yeah. Then of course, Hangman Page wins. After the match, all the 5 members of Dark Order come basically stage to the ring. Then Brody Lee comes out with Colt Cabana. Lee comes in. He said he's been nothing but impressed with Page. He offers him a spot in Page in the Dark Order. Page says that he's not ready to join the Colt. Brody said that he's made his bed, hoping that he's ready to lie in it. And then he leaves with Cabana, and then the Dark Order starts attacking him. FTR comes down and makes a save. Favorite moment of this segment was when one of the FTR guys broke the freaking cooler on one of the members of the Dark Order. All the beer spilled out and everything. That was funny.
FTR. Do you care about Dark Order?
Not really. I mean, I thought that I've stated my opinion about the Dark Order from the beginning. I didn't get it. And
well, not only that, now you're having them getting punked out. They're breaking styrofoam coolers on their head. They're getting beat up by essentially one guy. Like, you're not making them.
I feel like I'm gonna say it like this, Moise. I just feel like basically this whole Dark Order, extravaganza is honestly ran its course, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, and here's the thing: when Vince McMahon had the corporation and he had those random security guards come out, even those random security guards put up more of a fight than freaking these Dark Order pundits.
But even still, Morris, it's like this. When the Dark Order Force came out, we were all four of us were sitting over here wondering who's gonna be in the Dark Order, who's next in the Dark Order. Is Brody Lee whoop whoop whoop? Ever since Brody Lee showed up with the Dark Order, I guess it's not even like exciting to me anymore. Like,
he's made it better because he's made it better. So don't get me wrong, he made it better because at first I was
you can only make. God, I can't believe I'm going to say this. You can only make crap smell good for a minute. You know.
That's what I'm saying, Morris. Right there, exactly what he's saying. Like
if
at
you
this
got
point, I'm like, why am I there?
If you got a pile of crap and you air freshener it, it'll smell good for like 30 seconds, and then it'll smell like crap.
Correct.
Again.
Yeah. Correct.
So and I think the best
Colt Cabana with that second layer of air freshener. Now you're out of air freshener again.
And even with that, even with that air freshener, no offense, Moise, it wasn't even my decent fragrance. So
yeah.
I think because I watched BTE, I think I like the Dark Order because of the comedy segments that they're doing. So that made them a little bit.
But they're not supposed to be comedic. That's the thing.
Yeah, so it's kind of like. So, anyways, FTR comes down, makes a save, and then Kenny Omega runs in late after everything finishes. This is laying down the seats pretty good to the dissension between Omega and Page. Next week they also.
I think Omega's turning. I don't think Hangman's turning.
No, most definitely. I think Omega's going to be the one to turn on Hangman Page because of his association with the FTR. Of course, they announced the Dark Order facing Hangman Page and Kenny Omega for the tag team titles. They also announced Ishida versus Diamante and Ricky Stark and Brian Cage versus Jon Moxley and Darby Allin, which is up in the air because of the fact that Darby Allin got concussed.
This was 2 weeks ago, so maybe he'll clear concussion protocol. That's one thing we didn't talk about in our group chat. This is one thing we didn't talk about in our group chat. Like we kept thinking it was Wednesday, but it was last Wednesday.
It will depend because of the fact that if he did get concussed, the concussion protocol sometimes takes a month to get fully cleared.
Sometimes people come back in a week.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens. Anyways, we get into the main event of the night: Jurassic Express versus Chris Jericho and Jake Hager with Santana Ortiz on ringside. Man, sign me up for Hager versus Luchasaurus in a single match.
That's a no-brainer.
Make me care about Luchasaurus first.
Bloody ears and all, we'll take it.
He low-key is one of the most underrated big guys in AEW.
I've watched one episode of BTE, and this guy is running around looking for his tail. Like, no, I need you to be like a badass, man.
So I think he's a badass.
He's a dinosaur.
Okay, hence Jurassic Express. Come on now.
Yeah, I understand that, but with gimmicks like, okay, The Fiend, badass, right? Because he's Kane, badass. Taker, badass. I'm not going to believe a dinosaur as a badass.
I have no rebuttal to that one.
What I wish it was more like, Elias, and I think you'll get this reference more in Monty, is Justin Gabriel doing the Darewolf thing on the indies right now.
Yeah.
Like, he's a werewolf, but he's a badass,
Yeah.
Like, I think there's some tweaks you can make, like have Luchasaurus get mad at Marco Stunt and Jungle Boy and be like, yo, let me do my own thing for a little bit, You could do something like that, but I think AEW doesn't know how to book their big men, and I've said this before.
Now that part I agree with. I agree with that part.
Elias, I'm going to name you 5 wrestlers. You tell me how you think they've been booked so far. Archer.
He started off good, then he got lost in the shuffle.
Hager.
Correct.
Started off good. He's
I don't know.
semi-consistently booked.
But losing all his big matches.
Yeah.
Okay. Wardlow. Started off as a monster, lost to Cody in the cage match, looked like a punk in the Battle Royal.
And then lost, and then basically lost, took the pin versus the Jurassic Express.
Yeah, Luchasaurus.
He's been booked decently, but he still hasn't had a breakout.
Yeah, okay, I agree with that part with Elias. Yeah, he's
Brody
been
Lee.
booked good, but
Brody
Brody
Lee
Lee.
after
I don't
losing
care.
to Brody Lee after losing to Moxley was kind of
Floating.
dead. Yeah, floated.
Floating. Okay, and you know what? I'll make it 6. Brian Cage.
TBD.
TBD, but
yeah, we're gonna have to wait. Morris, we're gonna have to wait on that. Brian Cage.
We all agreed that the towel thing was stupid. We all agreed on that.
Yeah, no, it was stupid.
Correct. Oh yeah.
I get that it's a continuation to a story, and get that like y'all gave me shit about it and we're watching it because I said that it was stupid for him to lose that way. But I honestly think that it was a stupid way to end the match. While I get the why,
if you're gonna do that,
yeah, give me a disqualification. Give me a disqualification or something.
Show us a
Taz
package
in the ring or something.
No. It's really easy. There's one thing you have to do. Just show us a 30-minute vignette of Cage getting his surgery done. Like just photos of his surgery or a photo of his scar. And you're done. Then you can be like, okay, it makes sense. Because, yeah, me, Elias watched Impact. We filled you in, Monty, right? But, like, from when Cage was in Impact. But the people who didn't, they're just like, what the hell? You made this guy look like a punk for a whole week. And then they
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, Elias?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that's my problem with it. Like, they could have done a different ending as well. They could have had him get disqualified.
And that's what I'm saying. That's what and that's what I'm after. Give me that.
Have him pass out or something. Like, not throwing the towel.
Freaking towel. Come on.
Like I said, I get the continuation of the storyline. I get why he did it, but it was still a stupid way to end the match. I ain't
gonna lie. That was looking real WWE writer-ish.
No, you know, I'm gonna completely disagree with you, Monty. You remember the last time the towel was thrown in WWE? It was NXT when Mustache Mountain was facing Undisputed Era. And remember they got Trent Seven that leg hold and Tyler Bate threw in the towel. But at least that towel,
but that's what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is that particular throwing the towel made sense. This one right here was like, what? Mm-hmm. That's how it ended. And I think, so everybody agreed that whole throwing the towel with Moxley and Cage, that shit was weak. It's safe to say everybody agreed with that.
Yeah, and then Elias, after the match, the best friends come out and they run off the Inner Circle. And
so let's not forget Serpentico comes in and starts helping them, and then it leads to Sammy Guevara revealing himself, and basically, of course, Hager won, Chris Jericho and Hager won, and then the Inner Circle attacked the Jurassic Express, and then the best friends come out to save them, and yeah, that's basically how it ended. That's it for AEW. I really think that both shows did good, but I believe that AEW is a better one because of
and I know we didn't touch on the matches as much as we usually do. It's just we had like freaking 4 shows to cover. We didn't even cover Raw, you know. So next week we'll touch on the matches more too.
Yeah, we'll touch on the matches a little bit more. It's pretty interesting how the wrestling landscape is changing now with Impact. So I'm interested to see back on the rise, because they were there at one point and now they're coming back to with a different game plan and a different way of showing stuff out. So I'm excited for the women's division. I'm excited for the women's division. I'm excited for the tag team division. Good Brothers.
I'm excited to see what they do with this Heath Slater storyline too.
That too. So we'll see. I'm excited to see EC3 versus Moose.
Dude, they have great chemistry and they're friends outside of the ring too.
Yep. So that's
I'm sorry, Elias. We forgot to touch on something. During
What?
that match with those, what's her name? The women's match that we saw, the one during that match. Remember Swerve? I'm not Swerve. Oh Jesus! Big Swole made that promo during the match. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, while the Diamante versus
Pause. So this guy's excited about that Big Swole promo, but went to sleep during the Britt Baker promo?
Yes. Yes.
Remember, he doesn't like Britt Baker, so
For nothing.
Oh my God, Monty, you got to be a Britt Baker fan, bro.
No. Continue. I'm just continue, Elias.
So, all right. Well, that was it, man. That's it for today's show. Thank you for joining us, everybody. We'll be back next week with another episode of Weekly Wrestling Heat. Follow us on our social media handles. I am Mr. Laredo, Monty_dollars, and Moist H91. Until then, leave a comment down below. Let us know what you think. Let us know if you want to see anything else. We are working on bringing you the Undertaker Last Ride series recap, which will happen within the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, if they stop throwing out these random episodes.
Yeah, but that last episode with where they told the stories was pretty funny. So
did y'all see the Undertaker? Did y'all see the Undertaker on TikTok though?
Yeah, he wanted to follow me. That's the main reason he joined. He wanted to see me singing Bollywood songs. But Elias, I'm off till Monday, so if you want to do a SmackDown recap either Saturday afternoon or Sunday afternoon, I would be down.
We'll talk about once we get offline. So, all right, guys, from everybody here in Weekly Wrestling Heat, we are out. Peace.
Peace.